The movie begins with eerie grunts resembling those of a zombie, followed by the sound of gunshots and screams. In a state of derangement and possession, a woman named Brooke brutally smashes a man to the floor, killing him. Grace, attempting to intervene, is bitten by Brooke in the neck. Chaos ensues within the group, and Grace becomes determined to kill the deranged Brooke. Despite Barry's efforts to maintain order, it becomes evident that there is no hope. Barry shows Brooke a vial that momentarily calms her down, but Grace remains steadfast in her resolve to eliminate the monster. She instructs her sister, Maxi, to shoot Brooke, but before the arrow can reach its target, Barry blocks it with his hand, injuring himself in the process. Realizing that it's too dangerous to continue with such a volatile duo, Grace and her accomplice decide to separate from the group. Meanwhile, in a secluded camp surrounded by high walls, Rhys, a strong and diligent individual, wakes up and begins his daily exercise routine. Afterward, he takes a pill and prepares for the day. The world outside is infested with brain-hungry zombies, so Rhys's first task is to eliminate any zombies that have managed to enter the camp. He then calmly cooks his food using the gas emitted by the zombies' mouths, utilizing them as a source of energy. He also employs zombies for various tasks, such as using their motions to power mechanisms. Rhys has a well-armored vehicle and heads to a nearby field where he eavesdrops on a conversation between people heading in that direction through his radio. Realizing they are nearing his location, Rhys shoots down a bike that was racing ahead of him, carrying a man and a zombie. Using his air gun, Rhys incapacitates both of them. He takes his new prisoners and heads to a nearby bunker, where he hands the man over to a doctor and a group of soldiers. They are working tirelessly to find a cure for the zombie virus, and Rhys provides them with live subjects for experimentation. The soldiers take the man away, and Rhys's car is searched, resulting in the confiscation of the bike and the zombie he had hidden. While a sick and bitten Grace, accompanied by Maxi, travels south toward their base, Maxi expresses concern about leaving Brooke and Barry behind. Grace, convinced that they have gone insane and can no longer be trusted, reassures her sister. However, Grace herself starts turning into a zombie due to Brooke's earlier bite. Maxi quickly administers a vial of blood, which temporarily restores Grace to normal. Maxi hands her another vial for emergencies. Suddenly, an explosion occurs nearby, causing their vehicles to overturn. Spotting a vehicle approaching them, Rhys, who has found them remarkably quickly, prepares for a confrontation. Equipped with his shield and air gun, Rhys discovers a zombie inside the flipped car. A grenade lands near him, causing him to stumble and drop his gun. Grace seizes the opportunity and attacks Rhys, but he manages to hold his ground with his shield. Grace is eventually subdued, and Rhys drives away with her as his captive. Back at the bunker, the doctor conducts bizarre experiments on zombies and humans in poor laboratory conditions. The doctor, infected himself, has been working with the Colonel to find serums that can control their impending zombification. They fear that their actions will be discovered by Headquarters, HQ, but the Doctor assures the Colonel that once they capture the hybrid zombie-human named Brooke, they won't need to worry about HQ. Grace regains consciousness in Rhys's car and puts him in a sleeper hold, but she herself starts turning into a zombie. Rhys seizes the opportunity to regain control and subdues her once again. Rhys restrains Grace securely and proceeds to drive to his fortified camp, where he plans to keep her captive. Upon arrival, Rhys locks Grace in a reinforced cell, ensuring she cannot escape. He observes her closely, monitoring her condition as she teeters on the edge of full zombification. Inside the bunker, the Doctor and the Colonel continue their questionable experiments, pushing the boundaries of ethical boundaries in their quest for a cure. They subject the hybrid zombie-human, Brooke, to various tests and treatments, hoping to unlock the secrets of her unique condition. The Doctor becomes increasingly obsessed with his work, willing to sacrifice anything or anyone for the sake of his research. Meanwhile, Maxi, devastated by the loss of her sister and uncertain of her next move, stumbles upon a group of survivors who are traveling together. They offer her shelter and companionship, and Maxi reluctantly decides to join them. As they share their stories and discuss their plans for survival, Maxi grows determined to rescue Grace from Rhys's clutches. Back at Rhys's camp, Grace's condition deteriorates further. She experiences intense pain and struggles to maintain her humanity as the virus courses through her veins. Rhys, recognizing the severity of her situation, begins to question his own motives and the ethics of his actions. He starts researching alternative solutions, desperate to find a way to save Grace from becoming a mindless zombie. Driven by a newfound sense of purpose, Maxi and her newfound group of survivors devise a plan to infiltrate Rhys's camp and rescue Grace. They gather weapons, strategize their approach, and set out on their dangerous mission. Maxi's determination and resourcefulness inspire the group, as they believe Grace's fate may hold the key to a potential cure for the zombie virus. As Maxi's group nears Rhys's camp, they encounter numerous obstacles and engage in intense battles with zombies along the way. Their unity and resilience are tested, but they remain steadfast in their mission. Finally, they reach Rhys's camp and initiate their carefully crafted plan. Inside the camp, chaos erupts as Maxi's group launches their assault. They engage in fierce combat with Rhys's followers, aiming to incapacitate them and free Grace from her cell. The sound of gunfire and the screams of both humans and zombies echo through the camp. In the midst of the chaos, Grace's transformation reaches a critical point. Just as it seems she is about to succumb to her zombie instincts, a breakthrough occurs. The vial of blood Maxi had given her earlier, designed to temporarily suppress the virus, proves to be more potent than expected. Grace's transformation halts, and she regains control of her faculties, albeit temporarily. Maxi and her group reach Grace's cell, freeing her from her restraints. Together, they fight their way out of the camp, battling against Rhys's remaining forces. The odds are against them, but their determination fuels their resolve. As they make their escape, Grace notices something alarming her: the hybrid zombie-human, Brooke, being dragged along by the doctor and the colonel. Grace realizes that Brooke's unique condition could be the key to understanding the virus and finding a cure. She knows they can't leave her behind. With a combination of stealth and precision, Maxi's group manages to rescue Brooke from the clutches of the doctor and the colonel. They escape the camp, carrying the hope of a potential cure with them. Together, Grace, Maxi, Brooke, and their newfound allies set out on a perilous journey, navigating through a world overrun by the undead. Their mission becomes twofold: to protect Brooke and uncover the secrets of her condition, while also searching for a way to save humanity from the devastating zombie outbreak. As they face countless obstacles, internal conflicts, and the ever-present threat of the infected, their determination and unity are tested. The fate of humanity rests on their shoulders, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to find a cure and restore order to a world